Loneliness is supposed to be more detrimental to our health than even smoking. And yet, how do we get to this problem of epidemic proportions where a lot of people in our society are feeling endlessly lonely, endlessly cut off, endlessly connected, and yet not connected to actual people? Sometimes the answer is simple, because we allow our protective brain to switch into overdrive through failings from work, failings from relationships, failings where we feel that we've put ourselves up to a goal and that has slipped through our fingers. And so our protective brain, once it clicks into gear, says, let me help you out. Times where we've burnt ourselves out and that we just need that protective space. This is where our brain then says to us, look, let's just go into a nice quiet space, a protective space, cut down the noise, let's get ourselves into a safe zone, making sure that no one else can hurt us, no one else can allow our health to run down. And this at first seems a wonderful solution. Long work hours and spending more time online, that we can really slowly cut ourselves off from other people, friends, family. And this spiral actually goes from a protective situation to a situation where loneliness becomes our default setting as we retreat into our protective cave. And if you think about it, a protective cave seems pretty enticing when the rest of the world has been very harsh to you. And it's one of the things of thinking of the simple cure to loneliness, and it's a great YouTube talk. And as I say, I'll leave that link in the notes and you'll be able to see it there. And it just talks about making sure we feel seen, we feel heard, and we feel valued. And it's around those connections that make sure that we have a sense of having an indelible mark on the world around us. Sometimes when you're feeling lonely, you feel like you're swept away and no one can see you, no one can hear you, and that your value and your value to society around you has been just absolutely erased from the history books of time. So this is looking at the fact that that is possible to reconnect, and it's making sure that we reconnect on that level where we make something a habit again. It's all about those times of reconnecting, making sure you're looking for things, making sure you're looking for things in your community, your workplace, putting yourself out there again, allowing yourself to walk through a door and having the courage to stay in an uncomfortable position of being the person that doesn't feel you fit in until they actually become your community again. Sometimes when we've lost those really big structural things like church and senses of community, we have to look into the smaller things. Here in Australia, we have what we call men's sheds, and they are really good ways of reconnecting just with the people around you with similar interests, anything like full drive clubs, any other sporting activities. Again, are always looking for volunteers. Volunteer organisations themselves are looking around charity, are looking about well-being. So reconnecting on any of those sort of levels and making first those steps of getting back out to talking to real people in real situations. Often in society we feel cut off, even though we're watching a screen and looking at things. Technology hasn't been the only thing that has actually kept us loneliness, but it's exacerbated that problem. So we can feel that we are connected and yet we're not connected in any way because the technology is holding us at arm's length. So take that big brave step and make sure you walk through that door into a community of some sort, into having an intention to connecting back to other people. And if you have that connection, it suddenly makes you feel so much more positive. It makes you feel like you're a part of something that's actually bigger than yourself and a part of things that can grow, and you can feel heard through the good times and the bad, making sure you can bounce other ideas off each other, making sure that when you're thinking about ruminating and things are becoming too big and too bold, to actually sometimes just speaking about when you ruminate about things and you're feeling like everything is accumulating into a big, bold, nasty ball, just being able to speak to another person that sees you and hears you and values what you're saying and actually can be there in a supportive way can make all that difference. And while loneliness can be a big symptom to our own health suffering and our own ruminating feeling like that we are really stuck and being unseen, it's about making sure that you get those connections and that you look around and invest in yourself by investing in getting back out there and talking to people, hearing people, seeing people, being part of a community that can actually help you stand tall when you're not feeling strong, or lift up others when they aren't either. One of the easiest ways of thinking of breaking that loneliness cycle is coming at it with curiosity. The curiosity to connect to others, the curiosity to heal someone else's story, the curiosity to who are you, what do you do, what's your life story? And that curiosity suddenly then leads you into a whole community of other people, other people's stories, other people's joy, other people's struggles, and it feels like that's less of your own against the entirety of the world, the entirety of the universe, but you are connected through shared experiences and shared life to actually feel that there is something that is positive out there in the world, something that isn't surrounding you in darkness. I hope this little thought really helps. I hope it allows you to think of how you're feeling lonely and to actually make a positive step to change that. As I say, there's a link in the video below about a really great TED Talk that was just been on my mind for a little while. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. As always, be kind, and the most important person to be kind to is yourself. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.